Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the Liberty Report. With me today is Daniel McAdams, who's the Executive Director of the Institute for Peace and Prosperity. Daniel, good to see you today.
Good morning, Dr. Paul.
Oh, very good. Today we have a very special guest.
Indeed.
And a real expert on libertarianism, somebody I've known for a good many years. She's been an activist in libertarian politics, and she's been active in biophysics. She has a PhD in biophysics, has done a lot of biomedical research. Very interested in the FDA and writing a book on that. But first, I want to welcome J Ruwart today to our show.
Well, thank you. It's great to be here.
But Daniel, do you have a question for Mary?
I do, actually, and this is something, Dr. Paul, that we've struggled with not only on this show, but for a number of years. We've worked with progressives over the years, and one of the age-old questions, and I'm glad you mentioned it very early on, Dr. Ruwart, you talk about you wanted to help the poor. You've actually worked with the poor. I know at least in Kalamazoo, Michigan, you were involved in helping with low-income housing, and you've actually walk the walk in addition to talking the talk. But, libertarianism is accused often by progressives of not caring about the poor, of not having any compassion. Probably a lot of us are our own worst enemies on this. But if you can, maybe explain how in a libertarian world the poor may be better taken care of than they are in a world where, as you point out, the government holds a gun to people's heads, takes our money, gives some of it to the poor, and keeps a lot of it for themselves.
Well, I think the most important thing to remember is poverty, as we know it today, is a creation of government. The poor are put out of work by regulations that make it hard for them to get into the workforce, especially as entrepreneurs. And I saw this when I rented to low-income people. I had a couple tenants who were doing sewing in their homes, their apartments, or childcare, which was fine with me. But it wasn't fine with the city government. They called me and asked me to evict them. And I said, well, what are these people going to do if you shut them down? And they said, well, they should go on welfare. That's what they should be doing. And actually, they hounded these women so much. I, of course, did not evict them. But they hounded them so much that eventually the women said, hey, it's not worth the hassle. We're going to quit what we're doing and we're going to go on welfare. And they did. Now, how sad. Somebody could support themselves, wanted to support themselves, and were literally pushed out of business by government. And this is the main problem today. That's how poverty is created.
Ask a Libertarian Facebook fan page is spreading awareness of libertarianism and informing non-libertarians while empowering those who support liberty on a daily basis. This is your opportunity to be empowered, and let us advocate libertarianism for you at facebook.com/askalibertarian.